Hello. I was sitting here reading the word and I thought I would share something with you all today. I'm reading Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Anybody ever been in the off season? This is a season where nothing is happening. You don't know where to go. You feel like you physically and mentally blocked or even cursed. You got to the point where you might even feel cursed because you cannot figure out where to go in your life. And sometimes we go through phases in our lives where we just need to stop and rest. I would call this an off season. This is a time during this off season, this is a period to try to figure out who you are and what you identify with. And those whom are chosen by God will find out that they identify more with Christ. When you are in your off season, it's not a time to think about how you can do the same thing you did before to get what you got before. See, a lot of people get it twisted. They think about how they were in the past. Well, in the past, I did this to get this, and I was kind of well off. But that's not what's happening, because you will find that when in your off season, when you try to do the same thing you did before to get what you got that was comfortable for you, it doesn't work out that way. Many people during their off season, one mistake that they make is looking at what everybody else is doing or looking at how somebody else may view them. And that's a big mistake, because when we look at the world out of another person's eyes, we no longer know ourselves. We can't even say we have a true identity. You do not have a true identity when you're trying to please everybody else and not God. Your identity lies with God. That's your true identity. But when you're trying to please everyone else and you're looking for acceptance from everyone else, you no longer have a true identity. So you're just going to go with the waves. You just got to go with the waves, and you're going to get pushed here and there without no real standing. So if you're in the off season right now, I don't know if this is making sense, but if you're in the off season right now, take this time to figure out what it is that you need to do. Pray, and don't try. The worst thing to do is try to do what you did before to get what you got before that made you comfortable. It's time to do something different. What are your ambitions? What do you feel like you always wanted to do? Because God is putting you in the off season. And I'm not saying just sit around and do nothing, but this is a time to get connected with yourself and with God. If we go to 2 Samuel. Let's go to 2 Samuel. Okay, we're going to go to 2 Samuel chapter 5, verse 4 through 5. David was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned for 40 years. In Hebron, he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem, he reigned over all Israel and Judah 33 years. It took David, 30 years before he became king. Don't you think that during his late teens and late 20s that he was worried about where he was going? See, when we act impulsively, we make decisions that I don't want to even say that there is a such thing as bad decisions, but when we act impulsively, we take the long route. Remember Jonah, when he was supposed to go, God told him to go a certain way, but he ran the other way and he went on the ship and put everybody else in danger. When we take a route, and when we act impulsively, we may make a decision that takes us all the way around when we could have went straight forward. Because God has something waiting for us. David was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned forever until he died. So during this time, your off season, I don't know who out here going through an off season. I've been through one. During this is time to get connected with yourself, get connected with God, and stay in it. Figure out what this off season is trying to teach you, because there could be a blessing at the end that could benefit you forever, like King David. He was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned until he died. So would you rather be impulsive and then start back at an off season next year, or just go through your off season this year and reign? Jesus had an off season. He stayed in the wilderness for 40 days. Mary had an off season. There comes a time where before God bless you, I probably should have said this and just kept it at that. There comes a time before God is about to bless you that he stops everything that you used to do. So if you're in an off season, you don't know where to go right now, this is time to stop doing what you used to do. Look at what needs to change. Keep praying. Stay prayed up and enjoy your off season, because God is about to bless you. God bless you. I hope this message hit somebody's spirit. Have a good day.